Hello, and welcome to our channel. Here you find amazing content about the top-notch review and recap of episodes from anime cartoon series and their actual action scenes and more. Guy becomes the strongest by getting the powers of another world. You is fully aware of the people who consider him outcast, but still he wants to assist the people with his ugly and fetish look. In the next scene, yuuya listens to the screams of a girl calling for help. He realizes three people are forcing her to drink with them. When yuuya steps in to help the girl, the scoundrels start making fun of his appearance. After humiliating words, they beat him hard. Then the police arrive and scoundrels rush away while going home. His grandfather's words resound in his ears. He is giving him a lesson in assisting fragile people. In his past, he was constantly bullied at the hands of people because of his ugly appearance. Even he was compelled to put off his clothes, and other students made fun of him. The story doesn't end in this, because his parents also show hatred toward him. The reason for their hatred was his ugliness, and his other siblings were beautiful. When he reaches middle school, they put him inside the trash and enjoy his miserable condition. In this heartbreaking situation, his grandfather proved sun raised the darkness. One day, his grandfather passed away. Before dying, his grandfather gave him all his savings and house, but his parents wanted to have it. However, his grandfather had already managed everything. In their resentment, his parents have decided to disown him. To survive in this world, he has to do a part-time job on the graduation day. Everybody is pleased, but the scoundrels have composed hurting words in his books. They mention his overweight, ugly looks, and being abandoned by his parents. After reading this, he rushed from there, but the molesters didn't allow him. They halt him to the ground, and yuuya was pleading them to leave him because he has to reach his job at an accurate time. Instead of realizing his unfortunate situation, they have started beating him hard. After being knocked down by his fellows, he reaches his part-time job, but they fire him for not reaching the right time and has hired another person. After reaching home, his eyes reveal his distress. By overwhelming despair and hopelessness, he punches into the mirror. His hand has become injured and his heart is aching. Just then, his center of attention is grasped by the mysterious door. As he dares to open it, a screen pops up in front of him. It reveals to him another world where he can gain many skills. It discloses that he can learn these skills because he owns this house. He has begun practicing. Yuuya falls to the ground when he tries to do his single blow with this dangerous weapon. Soon he has learned it because he is in another world that makes everything possible and easier. One by one, he has tried out all the weapons that can even eliminate God. Just then he notices someone. Then he finds a giant over here. To satisfy his hunger for blood, Yuuya is terrified enough to death. Hold the roots out the tree and tries to attack it, but it proved useless. On the other hand, yuuya has a spear that never misses his prey and comes back after killing the opponent. Although his body is shivering, he throws the spear by gathering his courage. Yuuya is watching the monster in shock because the spear has made a huge hole in his stomach and has taken his life. When the ogre has died, the screen again appears in front of him, revealing the status of level as a reward. Ord's weapons belong to him. When he moves, the status window opens, and a huge amount falls on the ground. His reward has turned into money. Yuuya has to work hard to satisfy his hunger, but this other world has made his life easier. Even in a day, at night, he watches a dream of transforming his muscles and feeling acute pain the following morning. When he wakes up, he realizes that his clothes had loosened up. His tummy has to turn into six-packs, and his chubby face changes into a sharp jawline and handsome face. The system provides royal silk trouser and royal silk shirts that can be adjusted according to the owner's body structure. After that, he moves to another world yard where he discovers that the previous owner has grown a garden of plants, but these are not ordinary plants and vegetables because they are magical. Surprised to see it, he decides to take care of the garden. While watering the plants, he listens to the breathtaking voice of the hell slime monster. Hell slime's monster level is. He throws the spear in the direction of hell slime that has caused his death. Further, his level has increased to the most important thing that grabbed his attention is the black moon necklace. This necklace will help boost the mana, so he wears it, increasing his hotness. Again, catch out has given him an amount in exchange for these valuable assets. With this money, he has gone to grab a uniform from coming Classes also he spends this time exploring another world that gives him hope and pleasure. The following morning he moves to the school. Everyone is astonished to see this handsome man. When he arrives at the classroom, those scoundrels awake him. He informs them that he is the student whom they bully, but they are not ready to believe it, because this handsome and tall guy can't be yuuya. Out of confusion, yuuya runs to the toilet and watches his face in the mirror. He has started screaming because the person in the mirror is not who he is used to see. He leaves the school because he is unsure of what to do. While simply strolling, he passes a lovely girl, and she confirms that he is yuuya, the same person who has shielded her from roadside thieves. He was recognizable to Kaori due to his eye. She also expresses gratitude for protecting her from scoundrels. That girl asks him to attend Downsay Academy to study. The famous Oz Academy and its reputation are well known to Yuga. Kaori, a student council member at Oz Academy, is introduced to her. Kaori has informed her father of the tragic incident that occurred and how Yuuya rescued her. Therefore, Yuuya's father, who also serves as chairman of the Aussie Institute, is eager to see him. Yuuya has lost confidence in himself due to the humiliation he endured because of his tiny height, fetish appearance, and terrible appearance throughout his youth. Therefore, he declines to enroll in, believes having someone else at the academy who is more intelligent than him would be a great idea. Other classmates are overhearing the discussion, and they are raging with resentment. These classmates also want to join, but Kaori came to Yuuya's school after finishing her research. She rejects other applicants because of their poor moral standards. She takes his hand and leads him to her enormous mansion. Say Academy building. The chairman welcomes you to the Aussie Academy and expresses his gratitude to Yuuya for protecting his daughter from criminals. He also extends Yuuya welcome to the Aussie Academy. The generous offer to assist Yuuya with his schooling causes him some discomfort. He explains why a half-wit youngster is admitted to such an institute here. The brightest minds in the world educate all. The genius's chairman has a different conception of what makes a brilliant mind. He thinks he is born with unique abilities, and comparing it to anyone would be unfair. You will overhears chairman speaking to his grandfather. He tells you to take things carefully since he will rapidly adopt them. Just then, someone arrives in the office. Sawada works as a scientist and teacher at Oz Academy. She smiles in response to each kind word chairman says about her. However, Yuuya stops at the classroom door. He is more hesitant than ever to start a new class. Also, Yuuya then recalls chairman's advice to accept each change. Gradually, he musters up the courage. Suddenly, Sawada shouts for Yuuya to enter the classroom. He quickly, intensely introduces himself to the class. However, the fact that he is gorgeous surprises the girls in the class. She instructs him to sit next to a window after the introduction, and he sits next to Hyodo. Hyodo gives him her book after realizing he is missing it. On the other hand, Kaori is concerned about whether he is comfortable in the class. Yuuya, who is attending the lectures, has discovered that the coursework is comparable to what he studied in high school. The teacher's relationships with the pupils have drawn the most excellent attention to him. Beautiful girls in the class approach him after class. He must learn how to reply to all of their inquiries. A boy unexpectedly appears to assist him. He calls himself Rio and is a handsome man. Additionally, he invites you to go with him to the cafeteria. The canteen at the school is different from the cafeteria. Not only is the food of a very high caliber, but they can also purchase it for a significant discount. He observes that many people are looking at him as they are eating. Students may be observing him because of his distinctive clothing, but his friends refuse the idea. Others are drawn to him by his charm and excellent appearance. He gets astonished after viewing the game from his fellows. This academy has the unusual feature of allowing pupils to bring their gadgets as long as they don't use them in class. The chairman again invites Yuuya to his office. Later on that day, he does not consider himself deserving to attend a prestigious institution like this. The chairman cheers him up and encourages him once more. Yuuya is eager to enroll in Say Academy. After hearing this, Kaori inquires as he strolls down the hallway of the academy regarding his decision to remain or depart. He admits To enrolling in the academy, she also takes him to the street food and delight. Apart from this, yuuya continues to be perplexed by Hojo's desire to be with him. Hojo, who can read minds, informs him that other classmates shy away from her because of her peculiar family history. Additionally, yuuya wishes to consume the entire meal but refrains from doing so out of fear of reverting to the old yuuya's identity. To change his mind, he asks how she has recognized him. She reveals that it is simply because he has the same innocent eyes. They eat off of one another's platters because Kaori is so delighted they appear to be the ideal couple. He gets ready to enter the other realm at night by putting on his armor. Here he bowls the beast. Hereafter destroying it, he gathers each rare thing into the magical box. He then checks his level on the slide, which has significantly increased since the most recent battle he has completed level. But by battling the demons who live in the hole beyond the fence, he hopes to advance to higher levels. Yuuya climbs over the fence and cringes as he witnesses the beasts cutting down numerous guys. Their bodies have been brutally murdered. Unexpectedly, a level goblin appears in front of him. When the goblin first appears, a girl is seated. He is astounded to learn that there are similar people on another world. He attacks the goblin and executes a few lethal blows to kill him. When he receives a slam from behind from another gigantic goblin, he flinches, grabs his arrow and bows from the magical square. After retrieving a magic sword from the cube, he kills the goblin. The condition of the girl is poor. When Yuuya approaches the girl, she faints. Scene changes when Yuuya is at home and thinking about whether this strikingly beautiful chick is okay. But he knows that her soldiers will carry her, so he shouldn't worry about her. He has decided to have new clothes as he is ironing the clothes. For this purpose, he moves to malt where people look at him with open mouths. If you enjoyed our review and commentary, do give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Comment us on which episodes you want us to make amazing review and recap videos for you. Thank you for watching.